Welcome to Storytime with Rob. Honestly, there's a story as to how this pickup came about. You see, at my work, we had a pipe burst. So, we spent Tuesday, Monday was a holiday, so we got in on Tuesday, and we spent Tuesday, half the staff spent Tuesday cleaning up the water and everything, and then we had an adjuster come in and essentially a damage mitigator, I guess you'd call him, came in and to basically essentially deal with the wetness of sorts. So today, apparently they set up last night, got in, I don't know, sometime in the evening, and we're setting up stuff. And so today, when I get in to work, it's fans everywhere. And I mean like heavy duty blowers and like industrial dehumidifiers and such. They're going on, essentially trying to dry out all this, the water in the carpets and the water in the walls and all that kind of stuff. And I'm guessing eventually they're gonna go in and spray the carpets and stuff with anti-mold agents and such, and clean them up, so that we don't have any mold show up in between now and when the I don't know, whoever, contractors or stuff, come in and essentially tear the place apart to rebuild it, because it was a lot of water. We had no idea how long it was going, but the pipe was technically upstairs, and it poured down through the ceiling in one room, down into another room, and the water, so much water coming out that it poured out into about probably about a quarter of the other room, of another room. And so there was a lot of water everywhere. In the room that it was in, it toast. The walls were so wet that pictures that were attached to the walls, firmly secured, they actually were so wet that the pictures pulled themselves out. They just pulled right out of the drywall plaster, so and fell to the ground. So the walls were saturated wet. So clearly that needs to be dealt with. But I was at work all day with these fans, and I don't know if you've ever taken an airplane anywhere, but when you're essentially, before you take off, you get they'll turn on the I guess they're pressurizing the cabin or something like that. They'll turn on the air, and you'll hear it, and it'll be like a woo, and you'll hear all the engines and stuff, but it's just this air blowing and such, and it's this constant noise. Well, that's what it was like all day at work. So come lunchtime, even though I brought a lunch, I was like, I gotta get out of the office. I've got to get out of this noise. Like I wouldn't say deafening due to how loud it was, amplitude-wise, but it was deafening due to the constant buzz almost that was coming from these fans. And so I mean, like, you could just barely hear the phones. When you're talking on the phone, you're essentially like this, because you wouldn't be able to hear somebody otherwise. And you could literally walk up to somebody and they would never know you were there unless they saw you, because they wouldn't hear you. So it was quite a lot to take in sensory wise. So I had to get out of the office. So I went to Walmart, and I was just walking around. I had a good 40 minutes to kill or so, and I'm just walking around, and I came across, just random. I was going down a lot of the aisles, and I go down this aisle often, to check if they've gotten any new ones in, and they, oddly enough, had Fox. The amiibo for Fox. So I managed to get him. Awesome. They also had some Mega Mans and I think Mega Mans. I don't know if I saw any Sonics, but Mega Mans, which is pretty sought after right now. I think there was 2 or 3 there left. I was tempted to get them and say, see if I can get them on the sell them off or trade them off or something like that. But honestly, I saw somebody post online that a Walmart in a town like 3 or 4 towns over took a picture of it, and they had to have had 40 or 50 Mega Mans and maybe 20 Sonic the Hedgehogs. I think they got all of them. You know, all the stock for Walmart went to this one place, because I haven't seen that many anywhere. I mean, most of the time it's like, here's the box, you get it out, and you maybe have one per box, and so the rest, I think everybody's getting Bowser's with Mini Link or Toon Link, and Sheik being the next 2 most common. So some places don't have any of those 2, other places have a lot. As you saw in a previous video, I've got 2 of those 2, and I was going to look to trade them, but with the amount of them that are out there right now, and I wouldn't say they're common, but they're only slightly uncommon. I mean, some places don't have them a lot, and some other places have tons of them. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to bite to them before I have a chance to return them. So I think I'm just going to return them, get my money back, and go with that. But yeah, so I got Fox while I was there. I was so happy, you know, like, I thought I had missed my opportunity to get this guy. He wasn't anywhere else. And it's funny because I did see Fox quite often when he first came out, but yeah, nothing since. So I guess Walmart had a box of amiibos with the Fox in it still. And yeah, when they restocked, there he was. Boom! Came out. Probably through some, I don't know, whatever came with him. I would think if there was Fox, and would have been other ones. It's probably too late to get the other ones, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm trying to think what would have come out with that. Would have been maybe Zelda? Yeah, Zelda, Diddy, Fox. I don't know who else came out in that release. I'm guessing that's who it was. Could be wrong. Correct me if you know. I could look it up, but I don't feel like it. So post down below if you know what wave he came in and what came with him. So anyways, I continued looking around, and you know, looked through the video section and came across the new release, whatever you call it, displayer, and found this movie. It was $10 on DVD, and I was like, okay, whatever. And name sounded interesting, so I picked it up and I'm looking at it, and on the back it has Ontario, Canada, telefilm kit. This film's done in Canada. Interesting. Let me see if it's been released on Blu-ray. Not released on Blu-ray. In fact, not even available in the United States. So, that being said, in order to support my Canadian film industry and Canadian horror, I picked up The Scare House. Yeah. So, I'll read you the synopsis on the back just in case you feel like tracking this down. When 2 friends open a Halloween funhouse on Devil's Night, it's all fun and games until their former sorority sisters begin to arrive. These 6 sisters are confronted by their past as the night spins out of control, and the Scare House proves that revenge is a bitch. See if I know anybody in this. Nope, don't know any of these people. At least not that I can tell. But that's okay. So yeah, it looks like it's put out by D Films. So yeah. So just a quick little pickup video there with a story, and it always happens. I go out and I'm just, you know, essentially walking around, minding my own business. I always end up spending money. But I'm glad I did, because, hey, Fox and a Canadian horror film I've never heard of. Can't go wrong with that. Well, you can. It could suck. Probably does suck. But, hey, support your local talent. Support your local film industry. Support local horror. Till next video, guys. Take care. Have a good one.